Show me your love, show me your love. Show me your love, show me your love. Show me the love that you render to Jesus. Is that the love that you render to him? Show me your love, show me your love. Show me your love, show me your love. Show me the love that you render to Jesus. Is this the kind of love you render to him? When you see your brother falling, you cannot say, brother, stand up. You started laughing, you started gossiping. Is that kind of love you render to him? Is that the kind of love that you render to him? Show me love, show me your love, show me your love. Show me your love, show me your love. Show me the love that you render to Jesus. Is it the kind of love I render to him? We shall march in the city of God. We shall march in the street of the Lord. We shall march in the city of God. On that day, the greatest day. Don't you love the things of this world? Don't you love the things of this world? Don't you love the things of this world? The things of this world belongs to the devil. Don't you love all the things of the Lord? Don't you love the things of this world? Don't you love the things of this world? The things of this world belongs to the devil. Ezi nwanne m o, gịnị bụ ọnọdụ gị n'ụwa? Ụbọchị ikpe na-abịa, ụbọchị akwa na-abịa. Chee echiche ndụ gị ka ị ghara iso na ndị gacha akara. Number 666. It reminds me of the letter rain. This song I'm singing is more than 26 years now. This song, since I heard this one, 98, 99, 98, 2000. It says, Ezi nwanne m o, gịnị bụ ọnọdụ gị n'ụwa? Ụbọchị ikpe na-abịa, ụbọchị akwa na-abịa. Chee echiche ndụ gị ka ị ghara iso na ndị gacha akara. Number 666. Ezi nwanne m o, gịnị bụ ọnọdụ gị n'ụwa? N'ụbọchị ikpe na-abịa, n'ụbọchị akwa na-abịa. Chee echiche ndụ gị ka ị ghara iso na ndị gacha akara. Number 666. What is the song talking about? It was sung towards the end of last millennium and last century, when the news was over the places, all over the places, that the world is coming to an end in year 2000. Unless if you're not alive, then there was nobody that was not distressed by that news. Everybody, if you're a believer, everybody was working towards being rapturable before year 2000, or at least by year 2000, everybody wanted to be rapturable, but that was then. They called it later rain. After 2000, then early 2000, a lot of people started, feeling like, let me see, it appeared that their face started waxing cold, and those who continued. In as much as the gospel continued to spread in leaps and bounds, in some other styles that appeals to young hearts. As you can see, even today, everywhere you go, Nigerian gospel music booms everywhere. Wherever it's sung, wherever it is, the volume is raised very, very high. People's spirit get lifted. People get reconciled to God. People get tuned to the highest, and they rejoice. They give their life to Christ. They enjoy the moment in the presence of God. So if your faith is waxing cold because Jesus did not come in year 2000. The world did not end year 2000 again. It's your big business, your relationship, or heavenly race. In as much as a personal race, it's something you have to decide between you and God, and you have to be people oriented. When you're saved, you're not saved to make heaven just only you. When you're saved, you became a mouthpiece of God. The Great Commission says you go to all the world, you go to all the world and make disciples of all the nations. He has given you the power to do that. So, of course, a lot of people whose faiths are not strong enough. Your faith is what God is depending on to save them. And if their soul perishes while you're answering a born again Christian, when answering a child of God, then I don't know whether your place in heaven, that hero's party on that resurrection morning, whether is saved, is not saved. You're saved, or God gives you that grace, or when you're anointed as a true Christian, you're anointed not for you to make heaven, or maybe for heaven to start rejoicing in the highest that hey, this sinner has repented, hey, this sinner has come to God. No, 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 no. Actually picked you and appointed you and anointed you, give you the grace. He has given you the grace so that you make disciples, not only in your neighborhood, not only your family, but he said all the world. Make disciples of all the world, delivering them from their bondages, making sure that yes, they are heaven ready, they are rapturable, that if anything happens, if wars come to us, that they are going to make heaven. And that's why you're a Christian, that's why you're made a Christian. So God is not going to question you on the last day, on that resurrection day. He discovers that even your family members are not going to heaven, even your neighbors are not going to heaven, even in your neighborhood there are people who saw you when you were a Christian. You didn't talk to God, you didn't talk to them about God, let alone pray for their souls to come to God. Sometimes you don't just need to maybe one-on-one evangelism. You preach to people and to come to God. God needs your soul. This is life. God, Christ is the way, the truth, and I mean, Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and stuff like that. Your prayer can make God to touch the hearts of those who are dead to you. If you are really genuinely concerned about their lives, about their future, about where they are going to, if you make out time to pray serious prayer, fervent prayers upon their souls, upon their lives, about their beings, about everything that concerns them, God can hear those prayers. God can touch them. God can convert them with the power of the Holy Ghost, and they come to God. He can save them like that. So I don't know if your faith is waxing strong. I don't know when something is good and attractive is gonna wax good in your heart. Then you are not genuine to yourself. You're not telling yourself the truth. If you're telling yourself the truth, you've tested what is good. It's just like your tongue. When you drink a very fine wine, it tastes good. Any day you wake up, you said, no, this one is no longer tasting good. Or maybe you want to give another person, say, hey, this one I've been drinking. Have I been drinking it for this long and I don't think it tastes good again? Then you go and bring bitter wine and want to give it to another person. You're deceiving yourself. You can't wake up on this, hey, or this good news that has saved lives, that has saved nations, that have transformed generations is no longer hard. No, it's no longer the fine wine I used to know. Then you start doing the opposites and say your faith has waxed good. How you're fooling yourself. You're just telling yourself lies. You are planning to play some kind of a hanky-panky kind of games. There are things, you have other plans that are not even the good plans, because you know the truth. You know the truth has saved you. The truth saved you. It gave you freedom from a lot of things. It gave you peace of mind. But now you want to join the fast lane. You have to follow the other way. You want pleasure, pleasure that destroys. Because I know pleasure. There are a lot of pleasures. There are boundless pleasures in the presence of God. In God, when you accept God as your personal Savior, there are pleasure. The pleasure there is tantalizing. It's fantastic. It doesn't even end. It's exhilarating. The pleasures in the presence of God and in God, most especially. Then the pleasure that you're planning to go into, that is drawing you away from the path of righteousness, now they are the pleasures that will bring you pain. There are pleasures that will destroy, and you know very well. But because it seems sweet, it seems very, very, very sweet, but it seems very, very enticing. Then you're looking for reasons. Jesus has not come. The world has not uh, 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 come to an end. God has not destroyed the world, and because of that, your faith is not waxing cold. You're telling yourself the truth. You're sending false information to your brain to process. Plus, your body wants to be gratified. That that desires want to be gratified. Then your flesh is sending you wrong information. The flesh want to be satisfied, and you're telling yourself lies. You're telling yourself lies. Your faith. How does your faith was good? Fine wine. Then can fine wine ever start tasting a bitter? No, you can't taste bitter. You can't taste bitter. So that is it. That's what I'm trying to say. Actually, I want to go into some, it's not exegesis that I want to make. I'm just thinking about my 365 days plus now. Today is actually 365 days plus what? I mean, 2 days that I've been away from town. It's a long story. I wish I can tell the story, but it somehow heavy in my heart. Since that last year that I arrived, I've been on my toes in the struggle, pursuing ends that needs to be met. Is that how I'm supposed to say it? I've been on my toes every day, struggling, even without an assurance of whatever it is I'm going to, what I'm really out to achieve. But I wanted to keep going, hoping that the real objective of community I'm satisfied that every day I wake up every day, go to work, come back, dressed. Tomorrow, even the days that I don't have food, the days that I don't have transport, I trek, I stress myself, I suffer myself like he that has hope, even though there's no hope there. But as you can see, I'm still looking good today, right? Okay, I'm still in the struggle. It has not ended, even though my phone never rings unless I cause it to ring on the other side. Follow people up, leave our strangers messages, call out my family and friends all the time, trying to have something to grapple on. I'm still on, I'm moving on, but I pray that at the end of the day, all these things is not just to get me down. Because I don't know how do you expect to get somebody like me down? I'm a free-minded person. I do call myself an alona. I do call myself that for some reasons. It's embarrassing for me to wake up and feel like my fellow human being, somebody, the way I am, I feel somebody has hurt me or somebody has offended me for words. I used to tell people, and I still say it like every day. I was how many years? It is 8 years when I gave my life to Christ, and it affected the way I behave, the way I think a lot. I was born again, like okay, I think about 3 to 4 years before I became an orthodox kind of person again. Though all my life I've been a Christian, I was born in the church, more or less. I was born on the 17th of February. Then on the 3rd of March, I got baptized. We are in Anglican church. That is, I was less than 2 weeks when I was baptized in the church. My mother was a Christian, my father was a Christian, my grandmother was a Christian equally. Then by the time we went back to the north, because actually I was conceived in the north, I was delivered in the east somehow and all that. I was in the church. We had the young church then. The young church didn't even have a vicarage. Our house that was less than, I think it was less than 2 kilometers from the church was the vicarage. Everything that was done in the vicarage, in the normal vicarage that I see today, was done in our house. The priest, the everything. So I was like a pioneer student and a pioneer member of the church in the children ministry, pioneer member of brigade, pioneer member of AYF. And in those days, because I started very early, I was actually the youngest in all these things. I grew up in the church. I once lived with my auntie. My auntie was the wife of a priest. We lived in the church. My paternal auntie, the first son was a senior priest too. Everybody there was born again too, and I like visiting them because I was hoping that one day they are preparing to have gospel band in those days. Then I'll join the gospel band. I like to mingle. I like to do all those things and not rest on. In as much as it didn't take time, and I discovered some my nervous system works and all that. And I realized I'm not supposed to be in a crowded place. I'm not supposed to be in the public. If my body system doesn't accept it so much and all that. So I've been around working. Tomorrow I'll still continue. Even though there is nobody around me, even though there is nobody who believes in what I can do or what I cannot do, that kind of thing. Even though everybody is supposed to, expect me not to be, in a village, that kind of thing, or maybe somebody from the suburb, you know, not really that there is anything difficult, bad about that, about being somebody from home and not the rest of them, but their vision, their perception of home, or their idea of what village and home looks like is poverty. And for somebody like me, I'm allergic to poverty. I hate poverty. In all my life, I've never thought like a poor person. I've never lived like a poor person, even though I had to go partly in the village, live with elderly people, went to farm with them, they did a lot of things that people who grew up, everything that people who grew up in the village does, I did, right? But it still makes me no different. I'm still who I am. I'm still who I am. I know what I want to say, but let me not just go on. I'm standing and I will not give up. There's nothing that will make me to give up. I feel I'm healthy and I will always be healthy. The struggle continues. I want our children to have a healthy future, a better future tomorrow for them to grow, uh, um, in line with the gospel of Jesus Christ, and not only that, whatever that is good tomorrow. So that's how I want them to live. So that is it. It wasn't easy. 365 days plus 2 days. It wasn't easy at all. I had to wobble and fumble, roll on the dirt, did everything possible to stay awake, to make sure that I make something out of my coming, because things didn't pan out to be the way I was expecting or the way I hoped they would pan out. I was on a journey of 2 weeks, but at the end of it, I didn't want to, in Igbo land, say when you're an adult, if they send you message, you don't have to return like an. I didn't want to return like a little child. If I was sent to the, in this case, I was not sent to buy something. I was sent to go brainstorm. The risk, everything it has to do with me. I have to bear the risk. I have to bear everything. I have to take care of myself. I have to, you know, withstand whatever that comes with it. And nobody was gonna look at my face. Whether I survive, whether I die, totally my responsibility, but how will I die? I have my hands, I have my sight, my eyes they're working, my nose perceives everywhere. I can't give up. I'm still on the path to where I'm going to. I'm going to make it at the end of the day. I don't know why I'm actually making this video, but I just felt like, how did I? The past 1 year was so short. I'm wondering, did I really spend up to 3 months here? But of course, it's 1 year that has just gone, and that's how time flies when you're too very, 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 very busy. And it brings me to the talk that at the end of the day, people don't realize how short life is. Some people think that is when you make very good of your time, or maybe when you're very, very, very busy, that you have utilized time. No, it's not that way. You don't actually utilize time by being busy. You have to have purpose, focus. Time, sometimes I do tell people that 24 hours is too short for me. If I should actually get busy, all the things, all the plans, my timetable for it, at the end of the day, I see that I can't even uh, go through half, can achieve half, and the day runs out and all that. And that's how life is. If you have to go far in life, you have to actually live your life to the fullest and complete the tasks that is laid ahead of you, that are laid out for you to achieve. Have to have purpose and focus. Time is very, 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 very small, short. You can't achieve it. If I had given all the time in this world, if you have to get busy, get to work, and do the things you need to do, you see that you can't have time. And that's how it's happening to me. You get, so you have to remain focused and have purpose. And it's not enough having purpose. That purpose have to be organized. It has to be definite. This is what I want to achieve this year. I know these other ones are important. These other ones are important. There are a lot of them that are important. But which one is more important than others? Which ones should be given priorities? And when you check all these things, you know that you have to allot your time. Allot your time to the most, not just the important ones, the most important of the important ones, for you to get ahead in life. If not, You always, every day when you wake up, you be like a hunter that's chasing two animals. You are hunting two games, and all that kind of. And at the end of the day, they said there's no way you can catch any of them because you're not focused. You have to chase one at a time. I want to kill a bird. You throw one stone. You see two birds flying. You throw one stone, hoping that you want to jam two of them at the same time, even though they are flying in different directions. You're hoping that's a mess. Or you want to serve two masters at a go. You have to you want to serve two masters at a go, and you think that it's possible. It's not possible now. There are some you're not satisfied, not meet up with the demands of one, and that spoils your relationship with them. At the end of the day, you fail. Why? The time you're supposed to give the person, you have some tasks, you leave some tasks undone. Then borrow those time to this other side, and at the end of the day, you don't meet deadline with this other side. This other side now feels that you've not done enough. This other side feels that you've not done enough too. And at the end of the day, failure this side, failure the other side. And that's how it is. So it's been a very short 1 year. Why? Because I keep on running around trying to meet up with the demands of whatever that is to be done. Not for me particularly, or how I propose it, but to satisfy some requirements, to meet up with some deadlines, to meet up with some demands of what should be done and all that. Generally, as the project description has it for the generality of people, wherever the tasks are to be done, that stuff like that. So I'm wondering, why didn't I set goals? I actually didn't set goals. I didn't set goals because I was looking for me to leverage from on certain level, certain particular level to the next, to the actual thing that brought me to the actual things that I really wanted to do and achieve, but it never comes, never comes. And because I actually want to satisfy the requirements, I want to make sure that the things that needs to be done at a certain place and a certain level are conclusively done, and the people are satisfied that their demands were met and stuff like that. And when you live like that, you can never satisfy needs. Human needs is insatiable. You can't. And so that's why focus is very important at times. Have to make plans, make serious plans, then set out the ones that are achievable within shortest time, and are more important. Then you pursue them with all your focus, your efforts, put everything you have into it. Then 20% of the other time you have, you can use it to retouch all those ones and tag them along with what other tasks you're doing. I don't know what I was supposed to say now, but I was just taking inventory of my life for the past 3 years. I've been so hectic, I've been so occupied. Though I've improved myself a lot in my career. You know what my career is? My career is calculation. It's not that because I don't like mentioning calculation. Whenever I call calculation, people tend to take me back. I don't like being taken back to what happened when I was growing up. Mathematics or calculation in general almost messed my life up, almost embarrassed me. So at some point I had to get to work. I dealt with calculation. From mathematics, I solved and solved and solved and solved. At some point, I stumbled into formulas. Yes, I was stumbling into formulas that I didn't know that it was. The rule says this and rule says that, and also. But if I go into that now, to understand, I'm not anybody's mate. I'm not anybody's mate in some certain things and all that. Yeah, mechanics and physics, everything in mechanics. I solved every questions at that level then. Waves. I remember when we are taught about the wave equations. I think about we are taught about five way. I think we have five equations, and we have to deduce another eight, making it 13. And every day I can deduce, I can restructure, I can manipulate the formulas and get the 13 extra formulas. In questions, in exams, everywhere, wake me up in the morning, I was able to solve wave equations, wave problems with those formulas. In mechanics, is it accelerations, trajectory, all those, then retardation, all those questions in mechanics. There is no question in mechanics I couldn't solve then. To the extent that I don't forget formulas and I don't forget definitions, because if I know the definition, then it tells me what the formula is. If I know the formula, then I explain the definition. I draw the definition straight away. That's how it was. So I solved everything that needed to be solved. Nothing was at that level then. Mathematics, I solved every problem, every question that there is at O level. I solved every question from A to Z. But even calculus, including calculus, wasn't part. It wasn't under my scope then. It's beyond my scope then. But I had opportunity of knowing some few things about calculus in particular, because at some point I wanted to write jam too. So calculus, every question in calculus, determinants, integration, differentiation, permutation and combination and stuff like every other calculation in O level I calculated everything from A to Z. Though I have a very good, two good mathematics teachers, one a woman and the other one at extramural. So everything I needed to do, circuit theory, whatever, I know. Physics equally helped me, because in physics I took out time to learn units. I don't need anybody to give me the formula. You can't give me formula. If I know the formula of the two of the parameters I'm giving, and not that I take to the formula. So my career was calculation, not because I like calculation, but it dealt with me. I wasn't at some point. I couldn't bear the embarrassment of, maybe you see me, I'll be the dullest person in the class and all that. I said, for what? You teach me something now when I go, even things I practice teach me today. The same thing come out in exam tomorrow. I know the answers, but I can't work it out. So I said, for what? I go on and solving. So today, like, destiny have it, I found myself in construction calculations, cost engineering, quantity surveying, and cost accountancy. So it's tedious, but there are things, because I stopped at higher institution HND. I don't know the advanced level of anything, but I had the opportunity of meeting a lot of guys that have a lot of things, the new information that I have now, that at least that's what I would say I achieved last year. But the journey has been very tedious. I will come some days lost. I will come some days I don't know. I said, wow, what next? What next? How am I gonna go over this day? Especially when I run out of funds. But I'm strong. I thank God that He fills me with His strength. Once I pray, I'm on the way. I can go the whole day, even on foot, through and fro. And God has been faithful. I lived at people's mercy and friends supporting somehow. Because it's difficult sometimes telling people that, hey, I'm broke. I don't have funds. They don't believe because they thought that I have so much money. So they thought that I'm doing crypto. They thought that because I carry about real estate flyers. I'm doing agency for insurance company. They will think that I'm an insurance person. They think that I'm a real estate personnel and stuff like that. But it's not like that. Even the transport expenses. No matter how much I have, no matter how much you're gonna give me, by the time I pay transport for 1 week, I'm looking for money and I stuff like that. But it's just process. I was uh, going somewhere, I was moving somewhere. And by the special grace of God, before the end of this year, though I've moved on into other things, other better things and stuff like that, but it's just a matter of time before it manifests. But remember, the burden is you are somebody who knows this person. The first person you ever hear that he has lived in this world for almost 3 decades. I've never had issues with people. He doesn't insult. He doesn't quarrel. He's a nice person. You know, very compassionate. Then you're plotting my downfall. They tell you find a way to disgrace this person. And in your foolishness, you're working hard to put this person down, to insult this person, to betray this person. How is it going to be possible? My schedules are very, very tight. I don't even have time to even come close to your traps and stuff like that. Are you staging the one near you to quarrel so that you can start trading and start, stepping up with my data, selling yourself with my influence and stuff like that? To me, it will still not bother me, but why should you go that way? Why should you go about carrying maybe false information about me, trying to, must link and rub mud on my image, trying to disturb me by all means because you feel you're somebody. Even thinking in your own thought, you feel that somebody like me can be barricaded and starved to death. Is it possible? For what? Why I'm saying this is that if you are that kind of person, know that one day, even those people who are sponsoring you, doing everything possible to make sure that you and your cohorts, you and your gangs, you and your conspiratory links and all the rest of them, make sure that they break me down. I'm not that soft. Even though I may have anxiety issues with my heart, but I'm not that strong. I'm actually very, 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 very conscious of what I do and what I listen to. It will be difficult to break me down. Why? Because I cover up my space, my circle. Like I said earlier when I started uh, soliloquizing the way I'm doing now, because I'm just talking to myself. I said I'm more or less an loner. I like solace a lot. Why? Because I'm always very, very, very busy with myself. Very, very busy with myself. From one thing to the other, one other thing to the other, and stuff like that. You can never see me free. In fact, whenever I feel I'm free, I start feeling sad. If I'm at home, I have a long range of books I would want to look into. If I'm with television, I have this. Well, I normally don't have that patience to watch television. Why? Because there has been, if not here that I come down, that there is a light, there's steady light. Most places in here, you never can have steady light. Even this one that is steady life, I don't have time. I don't have that time for television for now because I have a lot of tasks that always want to sort out and stuff like that. Then, boy, if I'm in some places, even here, I'm always with my radio. I have programs to catch. I have personal things to sort out, to arrange and stuff like that. Like homework assignment to do on my own concerning myself, concerning my work. I have a lot of other things. Okay, social media, I have my messages to check. I have people to get on. I have informations to track and stuff like that. So it actually doesn't give me the time to start listening to somebody somewhere who doesn't want my progress, who doesn't want my happiness, who only wants to see if they can get one uh, 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 embarrassing information from any pit of hell somewhere, then use it against me. And the motive is just to break me down. Then, if you can break me down, he said my health is questionable or stuff like that. And then comes condemnation. Mm. If what I'm telling you is that you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself seriously. You can't break me down and see me. Maybe it can't get to that. If I'm barricaded tomorrow and I can't find a way to, but that cannot happen for somebody like me. Because the eyes that see the sun is uncountable. If there is eclipse, there will be reactions. You get? So what I'm saying is that don't believe that you can just destroy me like that. It's not nice because your conscience will not judge you tomorrow because this guy is a nice guy. It's very serious nice guy. Nobody can tell you that he has anybody that tells you that he has anything against me. Check the person very well. He belongs to certain evil clique. And he has been bribed, he has been sponsored to see if he can get at me because people will think that maybe tomorrow I'll go down to maybe that place that made they make law or maybe go and sit in one big seat somewhere. Why would I want that? I'm happy. And I've chosen the way of the Lord long before now. If you are looking for a big seat for me to sit or to see me in one day, I tell you, it will be in the pulpit. But even that, I've actually decided that I'm not going to be on the mic telling people or ruling or devising or maybe making rules on how people are going to live their life because there are a lot of things I'm not going to agree with. There are a lot of things I would want to use my human reasoning to decide to correct and to say this is the way it should be and this is where it shouldn't be. So it wouldn't go well for me. So I'm not the kind of person that when I'm in the what do they call it again? When I'm in that ministry journey, I'll be the talker. No, I'm not the talker. My action, I'll use action. I'll use action to bring people to God. I'll use action to solve our problems, the problems that people who are in the same journey are going through, the problem of the church of Jesus Christ. Let me make it more plain. The gospel is the only thing that is keeping people alive today. The church, another religious uh, uh, sect too. That's the only place where integrity still resides. That is the only place that we still have order, and that order is what rules the society. every other people, even most people you see, even those who by peradventure today they don't believe in God again, don't believe in Jesus Christ, they have been reshaped by church, by institutions. In any country you see today where there is a law and order, check the leaders, they check the generality of people who have been brought up. They must have been brought up by influence of religion for them to have such integrity, for them to be able to abide by law and order of the state, of their communities and stuff like that. They must have come up from the ranks of one religion or the other, especially Christianity. And I have to tell people every day, whether they like it or not, order is the only thing keeping us up. Without order, we'll all be dead. And that's the purpose that religion is having for us today. So, if why they are sponsoring you, why they are telling you, bring him down, break him down, most especially, once he is traumatic, once he's sick and mentally not alright, then we say, this has mercy killing. He can offer everything. He has become disposable, manure has been and stuff like that, and everybody stops. He doesn't even deserve to eat food. Why are we giving him food when we know that he's gonna be useless for the rest of his life? I can't get to that point. I can die of starvation, but I can't get to that point that I'm be so sick, then my reasoning will go off. No, I don't know. I'm a good blood. Seriously, a very, very, very good blood. One of the best blood in the world, in all the races. And that's why I'm important to myself. And that's why I should remain important, keep myself important as possible for the church. But because the church of the Christ is actually the fulcrum where the uh, uh, the the reshaped, the reorientated society is going to run on, be pivoted on. Another kind of pivot, not even for pivot, where it will rotate and balances and try to hand over life and order to generations coming. Because the world is going to get to that point. When people come out, they are not afraid of their lives. When people come out, they are not afraid. Even you come like it is in some societies that has come to that level. You want to buy gas, you don't need anybody to attend to you. And nobody needs to be there because they know that everybody has integrity. You get? So that's what I'm saying. Don't look at this person as an enemy or somebody you need to destroy. You can't destroy me. Why? Because I'm like water. I have no business with evil. I have no business with hatred. I have no business with anything that is not good. Discrimination, not me. Get? And I don't have the time to start thinking about you as a person, as my hater, what I'm going to do to you, or what we are going to talk about the day we are going to quarrel or throw punches. If I see you that your attitude is so bad and I can't change your attitude, I move on. Because people that has bad attitude, backbiting, jealousy, greed is not even jealous because there's nothing to jealous about, it's just greed. You look at this person, you believe that this person don't deserve, I don't deserve I don't deserve what? I don't even know what I don't deserve. I'll be a star tomorrow. Or I'll be what? I'll be a billionaire. I'll be what am I gonna be doing with it? My father wasn't rich. But he ensured that even with my family, my siblings, our cousins, and everyone, we are happy at least for the short period or whatever, as long as it lasted. We are happy We enjoyed every good thing you can think of in life. Good life, good amenities, good house, good everything you can think of. We enjoy it, even though it wasn't sparish. He hustled, he worked, he did a lot of things, from menial to driving a taxi to doing a lot of other things, working in a farm for a governor and his brother. And I know in the farm and other stuff like that to make sure that ends your meat. So what is that insatiable need again that will drive me to the point that we'll have to start, throwing punches, going the extra mile, doing on the unthinkable. I can't do that. I can only progress without those attachments, without burden. I can progress. I can move. Even if I need to move fast, I move fast without the burden of you and your trouble. Well, it makes me happy if your attitude will change. It makes me happy if you are concerned about the next person. You think about how to change his situation. You think about how to make his or her life better. Not thinking about whether this person that was born with television, radio and stuff like that, whether I should watch television. Why should I watch programs on television? Me, that is maybe I will be village, and village means poverty, or maybe it baffles me sometimes. Are all those things luxury? Are all those in sense of the essence of television, the importance of television, or the role television plays is that it's a means of disseminating information. I tell you, if there is steady light, there is no faster place to disseminate information to the populace, except that I mean than television. If there is news today, I tell you, less than 10%, less than 5% of the population self will not come across it on your mobile phone. You think you have mobile phone today? But assuming that the news is on television and radios, you'll be surprised that in the next 1 hour, everybody in this country gets the news. In fact, they are means of information dissemination. They are not luxuries. Then some foolish people who think that people don't need to have television in their house, they don't even need to have radio because they feel that they are commoners. Imagine me being a commoner, and then one idiot like somewhere because of somebody is giving him money, he is sponsoring him to impoverish people. He thinks that me that should be commoner and village, that to him means poverty. In fact, I don't know where those kind of people are coming from. And before all those things are not my problem. Or somebody is playing Premiership, he's doing it on television, he feels that why should I watch it? Why should I? If I want to travel to London today, it's not a big tax. It's not a very big tax. I can plan by now, by between now and next year, I'll be coming to London. I'll fly in the morning. I come to London, watch Arsenal, my team, live. After watching it, I sleep in the best of best hotels if I want to. Tomorrow morning, I start coming. To me, it's not a luxury. To me, it's not a big deal. To me, I know that I'll have to squeeze out my time, make that sacrifice to go do that. It's a way to relieve stress. But I don't know why people should be afraid of giving people good life. We have, even if somebody is a commoner, even if somebody is in the village, why then, okay, how do you get information? How do you educate those people? The world is moving forward, and people are United Nations are preaching, carrying everybody along. We don't want to leave any soul behind. Then you as a person, I'm asking you, how then do you carry people along? How then do you move? How then do you change lives around you? I've okay, for the years I followed the people like the 700 Club. For years, I said for years, everywhere I go, I make sure that I hook up to their programs, even before the advent of social medias and phone. I know how they changed life. I know how many isolated interior communities in one thick Dogondajis in the north, where they went to, gave them water, gave them solar, in solar power and stuff like that. And those people, they are living a good life today without having to come to city. What about you? Those who have worked hard to make wealth, then basic amenities that release straight, you are not even happy. You are like, why should those people come on as no, you are up? And that's what they tell you, that there is nothing like God. I'm even surprised those who wrote about those propagandas, they are, in fact, even them, their orientation, there's something wrong with their orientation too. And you want to impoverish them. That's greed I'm talking about, because it's not jealousy, it's big greed, insecurity, dangerous insecurity. You don't want the other person to live a good life so that you will not be in the same level, in the same class and stuff like that. You're sick. I have to tell you, you're sick. You need to be taken to the hospital, psychiatric hospital, so that your mental process will be reset. You need some relearning, let me call it relearning, so that the mental process will just get in order again and start working fine. And that's not all I want to say. What I'm actually driving at is that if you don't like me, it can only make me sad. I don't have heart that hates. I have a lot on my mind that are positive. But I wish that you don't see this person as somebody you and him will be a loggerhead. Maybe somebody who thinks about what is gonna quarrel about with you and all that. I will ignore you. If I come to you, I realize that you're not a happy person, that your attitude is very, very bad. Whoever you are, I'm telling you the truth, I'll shun you and pass you by. But if you're thinking that me and you is gonna quarrel, I said, hell no. This is one person. Go anywhere in the world, mention me today, tell everybody. I have a big eyes though. I have a very big eyes. I have a heart of stone and stuff like that. But I can't hate. And nothing can make me quarrel with a fellow. Nobody is worth my hatred. I've not seen anybody in this life that worth my. What do you have? And what is so special about you that I will see you, I will not be happy about your progress? Who are you? And that's what I'm saying. If I can't be in peace with you, if you can't be genuinely concerned with the things that bother me, with things that are trying to destroy me, then you have no place in my life. In fact, you don't even deserve to be part of humanity, of which I so much cherish, or I'm interested in what goes on with and stuff like that. So you have to mind yourself. If you don't like me, you have to mind yourself if you're part of conspiracy that's trying to thinking that they're betraying me to whatever they think they're betraying me to, or whatever they're thinking that they're making my life harder. It's true that the drugs we pass through, is it finance they call it for, is it the good we pass through finance for the drugs to be separated from the retina and stuff like that. I don't know how the Bible said it again, but in as much as you're doing anything, you feel that you're disciplining somebody like me, or you think you're giving me training the hard way and stuff like that indirectly, and I'm not a baby. If your mind is not good, it's your business. If you want me useless because of your insecurity, if you want to see me in abject poverty because of your insecurity, if you want to see me remain a failure or become a failure because of your insecurity, it's not gonna work. I'll stand strong. Even if I have one hand, I will stand strong. Even if I don't have anybody, from January till now, nobody cares to call my phone. Unless if I call, it doesn't make any sense to me. I keep moving. In the next 30 years, you see me, even if I'm the only one alone standing in this life today, trying to struggle, trying to make something out of life. So far, I am living. So far, I still have breath. I tell you, I'm not going to give up. And whatever that needs to be achieved, whatever bill that needs to be paid for a better future for our posterity, I'm in, I'm out for that. I don't care. I've thought that. I was telling somebody, I said, what is it? Yes, I'm out to make sacrifice. You can pack all your data, all everything that has to go, and pack all of them with him. But so far, our children tomorrow will not have to come and pay for things they know not of, or maybe to be dreams and things that they shouldn't be bothered with. They'll come and hear it. They will not have a good life tomorrow. Or tomorrow they stand a chance of being judged for things that for rubbish or things that doesn't make sense. You know, come out tomorrow, they say this one, that one, that one, this one. Because of this, you cannot go further. Because of this, you can't leave this kind of place. Because of this, all these things that you have achieved, I have to take it away. Don't deserve. That will not happen tomorrow. I don't want that to happen. If I have the opportunity to do it, I will make that sacrifice. I mean, all those things are solved and clear that way. I want the future of children, our children, to be as bright as that of their counterpart in one of the best communities anywhere in the world, in the Western, or not in the Western or in any civilized, ideal civilized society, even the ones that have not been put in place, but have been written theories for. Because I've seen what is happening. You can't come up tomorrow and tell children to inherit the problems of our fathers, of our forefathers. They were quarreling, they were cheated from their communities, and there was civil war and stuff like that. Then children come on, you tell your children that your father shot in the war some time ago. For that, you remain a convict or what? Or you don't have this thing to be maybe chase your dreams. Why? Because the atrocity was frustrated. I don't. Those kind of things that shouldn't happen. Or maybe you wake up and they'll tell you that hey, you have had sex somewhere. Maybe somebody has sex somewhere before, something like that. Because of that, your families or you as a young person that is coming up, you now have a career start. Because of that, you can't let you do some kind of certain things. You can't let you pursue some certain dreams and all that. You iron all those things out. They have to be swept away. Our children's life has to be very, very straight and simple. They have to be given a level playing ground to chase their dreams, to live a good life. And that we don't want them to chase their dreams. We want to give them their dreams. We have to keep their dreams so that as they grow, they grow into their dreams. That's the future we want for them. That's the future we want for them. We don't want them to be jinxed. We don't want them to grow up into a country, into an environment that they are already in bondage. They tell them that your family, your forefathers was a poor person. Your forefathers was from the village, for that to eternally village people and stuff like that. For what? Somebody goes to school, you go to secondary, even boarding school, one of the best schools in town. Even some of them get scholarship to go study abroad. The person returns to Nigeria, telling them that your people are we are village people. When? When was that? Or do you think that there is any city, any place in the world that wasn't a village, a bush before it to build? Even those biggest cities in the world today, you see, some of them still have suburbs, and people are living in those suburbs. And why are you blinded? And why the demarcations? This person is what? This person is what? A village of poverty. He deserves poverty, he will inherit poverty. Then when I was what do they call it again? I was driven by my cousins in my father's car. When I woke up, I was a city person. I was watching television, listening to TV, listening to stereo and stuff like that. Then I come back to village. Then our village, even people who are village people that even came to the city then. Now, if you feel that they deserve to live a good life, then because you think that I've lived long in the village that are supposed to be village, And what is wrong with being village? And what's wrong with living village? That your notion of village will become that I'll be poverty. Even if there is opportunity for me to earn a living, to earn a decent living, to progress, I haven't become wealthy. He said no because what is it? What do they call it? Five for what? Because it is too late for me not to be called village. And village to you means poverty. Village where I'm coming from it's not poverty. I had the opportunity of living with my aunties. I had the opportunity of living with seeing my uncles and even people in the community and every. Even today, before I left for the city, like this season now that there is mango, I can go throughout the day because what is mango? I will just go to the backyard, plug a basket full of mango. I can't finish it in 2 days. There is banana in this season, there is pawpaw. Even if I can go for 1 month with fruits if I will, if I feel like. Then you're in the city, you can't even afford. Oh, okay, I mean, what do they call it? Four small mangoes now is 2,000 naira, 500. Who does that? Even as at last year, as about 10 mango is still 100 naira. And I have all those things. I can go to farm if I want to eat whatever I want to eat. I can actually go inside the bush in the farm there, get it from the farm, prepare and eat. Last year, the day England defeated Nigeria, I was watching the match. I recharged my cable. I was in the village. I recharged my cable. I was watching it in the television. When the penalty shootout started, immediately Desire Obaranozie missed a penalty. I went out there, sweet potato. Just to tell you, I even have sweet potato at the backyard farm there. Went and harvested enough sweet potatoes, peel them and fried very well, made sauce. I was enjoying myself. How rich again can you be being in the village and all that? And the person you come to better lives, you come to look for green pastures, you're not happy. Even you want to be worked for, people work for you. You're afraid, not afraid, you're just greedy and insecure. You don't want them to enjoy good life. For what? They are commoner, and then if they are commoner, then how do you educate them? Which other place are you going to educate them if they don't watch television and get educated from if they cannot on their radios and get educated from the informative informations from the radio, then how do they grow? How do they improve? Or because you believe that you are high up there in the food chain, whether I do anything, don't do anything, you are now I don't know up was it upper class? I don't know what you are. You as a person, then you believe they don't deserve growth. They don't deserve reorientation. They don't deserve awareness of what is happening around, even what is happening around the world. For what? So that's what I'm kicking against. Don't stay in my way saying I'll be what? Poverty, your idea of village. Or maybe you want to break me down and tell the world that I'm sick. I can't let that be. And it might shock you if I decide to get angry about ideas like that. So let's live a very have a very good relationship as a people. Let's think towards building our society, making it habitable for everyone. And be at least be cordial enough and know that we need to leave the communities, the environment, and even the world generally better than we met it. Make it more habitable for the children who are coming up. Why? Because tomorrow there's going to be more population, but you don't want them to grow after going to school and now they come to compete for what are they coming? We want them to have enough. Have enough. We want our cities to have place for everybody. Life is not about competition, at least at that level. Life should not be about competition. I say it every day. If life is about competition, even Africa, even people around it, they won't have anywhere. They won't have any place. They don't have the muscle to compete. I'm telling you the truth. If life is about complete competition, there won't be need for security. Even the security people, they will use the guns and chase everybody away and take away everything they want to take. They will take. Everybody will be chased into the bush or into the waters and stuff like that. And that's why we have civilized situation. That's why we have government. If we don't make space for the weak, there won't be need for any government. There won't be need for anything at all. And that's why you have security agents. That's why you have a lot of other things, so that there will be equity. There will be, in fact, the whole reason for having government, the whole reason for having all the structures that have been in place is to accommodate the weak, is to accommodate the helpless. So if you can bother you, go on to bother you. But for me, I might not notice you. But why I'm saying this is that you don't, so that you don't go burden your conscience. There's no point burdening your conscience. Me, as if I'm a free-minded person, I won't even relate to retaliate, because I'll, by the special grace of God, I'll have a way to go around your obstacles, then move on. Then you and your conscience will stay. You and your motives. Even Bible say one day your motives will reveal why you do what you do. Well, don't be now. Don't try to say you want to break me down. You can't break me down. I will, I will rule and struggle, do everything, even if he entails jumping into the waters, swimming in muddy waters, do everything. So far I have breath, I'm not gonna give up. So, and I'll succeed. I'm already succeeding, because as you can see now, I did do it. It's no longer that mid of last year when I trek 6 hours on the roads, then stay on the sun, walk without food at times when I don't have money, then come back going. All my cheeks and everything was very, very dry. Then now it's not that I'm in money, but at least I have more time to rest, and I can pay transport, go where I want to go, come back. And I'm actually, I will have to use this opportunity to thank everybody who have, or at least once in a while, after a short while that the struggle was there, like it seems like I'm gonna give up, I'm gonna die and stuff like that, and they come for rescue one way or the other. I thank you all very much. I owe you a lot. I don't forget some, I mean, whether it's benevolence, whether it's compassion, but at least that I survived up to now without any concrete arrangement after I arrived last year. Means that somebody somewhere has helped me. And I thank you for that. I'm very, very, very happy. But as you can see, if when there was no food, there was no transportation, there was no nothing, 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 I didn't break down. The haters somewhere cannot break me down now. The walls cannot change the way I think. I'm in for God. Well, there are things to do. For now, I will continue the gospel with my actions, but with time, I'll go into full gospel ministry. And souls, I know how many souls that I want for God, and God, I'm very much happy that I'm very much sure that God is happy about that. I know how many souls I've won over to God, and I'm going to win more souls, a lot of souls. I'm telling you, and what I'm telling you is fact, whether I like it or not, in very near future. You'll be surprised the population of people who will be converted to God, who will converted to, I call it Christianity, but those who come to the concept, who would want to live a good life, who want to make our world a better place, and that's what we are trying for. Good. must rule over evil, good over evil, and that's my message. If you're setting traps, if you're conspiring, if you're doing whatever you're doing, life is risk. I'm not gonna live forever, but I know that you, so far, you're a human being. There's no reason it cannot for one day tell you to hold somebody like me because I don't want. But let me use the word. I'm one of a kind. I can never be in in any kind of problem with anybody. Maybe we are quarreling or we are not friends, we are enemies. I can make enemies. It's impossible. Anybody who stands and says he's my enemy, then has got issues. Serious ones, serious issues. So thank you and may God bless you. I don't know why I'm saying this today, but I just think about. Let me just say it. 1 year is not for you to survive for 1 year. No accommodation, sort of, but just because you have a mission, you want to affect lives, you want to add value to people's life, you struggle, run around, hang around where people, no concrete arrangement, no steady job until this last February. It's not easy. You can only take the grace of God, and I'm so happy about that. Not comfortable yet, but I know since God have remembered me, we are going to move forward. And those who decided to nominate me, so I don't know who nominated them for compassion hero. I don't know what I've done to deserve to be a compassion hero. But those who decided to recognize me as one of the heroes of last year's the global compassion group. I say thank you very much. Thank you. I was surprised. I never expected that, but since he came, I'm very happy. I have to thank you. Thank you very much.